Hello world, here we are again. Today we have Dhaibi, who is an international lecturer from Switzerland. She is a speaker of many kind of events like what we had today. It was spiritual days in Finland. And mainly her topic is mediums. But right now, welcome to our show. So, how are you?
I'm feeling quite well, thank you. How are you?
How did it went? Was it Finnish audience very difficult?
No, no, they have a good sense of humor. I love that. So I felt very comfortable with the Finnish people.
Ah, very nice to hear that. So, can you tell more about yourself? That what you are, what you do?
So I'm a medium, and I'm specialized on communication between the worlds. Mm-hmm. So that means that I talk to dead people.
Wow, it's very nice. Or is it?
Yes, it's hard work sometimes. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Must be. So, how this medium came to your life? Have you always been in that kind of spiritual sensitive that you have felt those energies and probably seen dead people?
No, you know, the problem is my history is a little bit different from many other mediums, because most mediums, when they write a biography or something like that, they always tell that they could see dead people when they were young, as child. And for me it was different, because I was raised as an atheist, so we didn't believe in any religion, we didn't believe that life after death goes on. So in the first years I didn't have anyone to speak about some experiences I had. And then the first memory I have where I realized that there is more, it was about I was 5, 6 years old, and then I had these visions, pre-visions in my dreams. So I could see the future during my dreams. And at that point I realized that something is going on.
Okay, very well.
Yes.
Have you also had those previous lives in your dreams, or just
only the future? It was always connected to the future, and usually it was connected to my future.
Okay.
So no Third World War, something like that. Yes.
Something very personal things.
Yeah, sometimes.
What has come true?
Yes, sometimes it took 2 or 3 days till it happened. Sometimes it took weeks. Sometimes it took years till the prevision came true. So.
Can you pick example one? What is most strong for you? What you always?
I have different ones. Well, I had, when I was the first one, was a very bizarre dream I had. In this dream, I was looking into a mirror and I could see myself. And I thought, oh my God, I look so different. Because as a young girl, I always had this long, dark hair. And when I looked into this mirror, I had very short and curly hair. And I thought, what is that? I don't look like myself. And that was the first dream, and I could never forget that dream. And then it took several years till one day in my teenage, I was 11 or 12. I was in front of a mirror, and it was on holiday. And at the moment, I could see this mirror, and I realized it was part of this vision I had. And I looked into the mirror, and I said, "Oh shit! I have curly hair." Short hair, because I was a fan of curls at that time, and then I made curls, and it didn't look so good, I tell you. And I looked at the mirror, and everything was exactly the way I could dream, or the way I dreamt it. So that was quite special. And then it started when I was a teenager. I had it on and on, these dreams, and that's the point where I started to look for all paranormal stuff. So I was very interested in parapsychology, and I read every book I could connected to this topic. Yeah.
Did you have anyone to talk about those experiences?
No, I was quite alone. So and well, you know, it would have been nice to speak to somebody, but I was so interested in it, so I didn't care. I just went for for my own path. And then it changed when I was 16.
So what happens when you turn to 16?
So that was the first time where I met somebody who knew what I was talking about, and it was a family member. So it was at the funeral, and I'm half Swiss, half Spanish, and it was a funeral of somebody from the Spanish part. So we flew to Spain, and after the funeral, one of my uncles came to me, and he didn't have much ideas about what was happening to me, but he came to me and he said, you know what, I work as a medium and as a healer, and within our family this is like a talent we have. And he said that one day I would work as a medium too, and I was like, oh wow, okay, now I understand why these dreams are coming to me. So that was really nice to see that there's someone who understands.
And that this person already saw that things from you.
Yes, he could feel that I have this connection. But if you can't speak to people, then it's very difficult to develop these fragments, this talent. And at that point, I felt that life after death must go on. So as soon as I started to read the books, I was quite open-minded to spiritual world, and that I already knew that it's possible to have this connection, but I had no idea how to make it. Yeah.
Did you try to share those experiences what you had with your parents? What kind of was feedback?
Yes, at that moment I started to share with them, because they also were part of this funeral. So they knew what was going on, and surprisingly they were quite open to it. So that was very nice. So after this period, many of my family members were quite interested in what I was doing there.
So was this influencing also career what you started to do after that? Or? Well,
yeah, I knew already early. I mean, I think I was 13 or 14 years old. I always felt that I can do different jobs, but I'm really interested in all the paranormal stuff. So I always hoped that one day I would have the chance to work like this.
So. And how long it takes that you actually started to having lectures and you was invited to as a speaker?
Oh, so I started with 16 with spiritual healing, and then with 21 I started by taking seminars for mediumship. So I had to learn how to make it, and it took me. I studied it very intensely 2 years, and then I started to do it. But I still continued with developing my mediumship. And then I started, within the first 2 years, I already started to build up my own circle, because I wanted to learn and I wanted to have this platform. So I started quite early with it, yes.
Yeah. And how about this studying as a medium? Did you have some school where you went, or?
Well, I have a classical British influence, I would say. So my first steps were quite influenced by British mediums. And I studied mainly in Switzerland. So we have a lot of British mediums coming into Switzerland, and they also teach, they give seminars, and so the most of it I did with British mediums in Switzerland.
Can you define how this medium thing works with you? That how do you see those dead people, or sense energy, or how it works with you?
Everything. It's sensing them, seeing them, hearing them. Sometimes I even can smell them. So it's. I think.
You have to tune yourself to some kind of mood.
Yes, I have to. So I don't have a physical phenomena. So if there's a physical phenomena, you would see the spirit world as well, dead people. But so it's usually a reflection in my mind.
Do you still remember what was the first time when those spiritual world came close to you and you?
Oh, I don't know. After all these years, it's quite difficult. The first time. No, it was actually, it was quite hard. You know, some of my friends, mates, when I was a child, they always tell me that I told them that I could feel some spirits, but actually I can't remember. So that's very bizarre. The people around me, they can remember that I could feel energies. No, when I started to develop my mediumship with seminars, that's where I really started to see dead people. So I guess I could feel them before, but seeing them, it was around 2021. Yes.
Have you ever felt any fear from those dead people, or is it just natural thing?
Well, in the beginning, you have to manage. I imagine I was around 16 when I really started to think about these things, and yeah, I was scared. I really was so scared. Sometimes I couldn't even sleep without light in my room. Because, you know, I had no idea how it functions. I had no idea what will come to me, so that scared me. But now I realize that you're only scared of things you don't know. And as soon as you start to develop and you feel that there is a kind of control that you can have, then you realize you don't have to be scared of it. So it's just the unknown that scares you. And of course, if you have physical phenomena like something is moving on the table, or you have a manifestation of a dead one, and everyone can see it and touch it, then of course it's different. But mostly it's in my mind, so that's quite controlled, and I'm not scared at all, or no more. Yeah.
Very nice to hear that. Very nice to hear that. And if you're talking about those dead people who is coming in those medium sessions, what is their purpose to come? Is there usually having some message, or how it goes?
Yeah, mostly they always want to talk. So there's always somebody who wants to talk, and there's always a lot of messages they want to bring. And that's also why I usually take 1 hour, or it takes 1 hour for a reading, because I like to work with different contacts from spirit world. So it's about 3, 5, or 4, or maybe, you know, the maximum I had was about 11 contacts from spirit world. And
same time.
Yes, it's within 1 hour. So, and they all want to bring a message. They all want to have this contact. So you got to work very fast and quick to bring through everything. So they want to talk about, you know, maybe how they passed, how the funeral was, if everything was okay, how they feel. And for example, if you have a suicide or a murder, sometimes they want to talk about that as well. So whose fault was it, or what happened? So that's a lot they want to say connected to that. And also they want to help us. So they bring messages connected, for example, to your current life situation. So they want to talk about your job, they want to talk about relationship, and they have a other perspective. So it doesn't mean that they all are neutral, but the spirit world as a collective consciousness, it's neutral, and they're connected to your path. And therefore, they also are able to reflect the potential for the future. So that's also something they want to share usually. So I know not every medium does that, but for me, I always wanted to go a little bit further, and I felt that spirit world wants to talk about it.
I have had a talk with several medium in Finland, and they telling about this thing that some spirits are higher than others. Do you make a difference? Are there some differences that some spirits come from higher level and difficult to reach, or something like this?
Yeah, it depends on what you're looking for. I'm looking for mom and dad, I'm looking for grandfather, I'm looking for brother and sister, for partner. So I'm specialized on these connections. So yes, there are other energies, and I don't know if you say higher, it's just like it's better or not so good. It's just different. We are just typical humans, and we have this structure in our soul, this just like a fingerprint. and other fingerprints are maybe a little bit more complicated because we're not familiar to this energy. So yes, I already felt that there are different energies in spirit world. Some people may call it like angels or guides. And I also had some contacts with high frequencies, but my focus is on everyday dead people, you know, just like family members. So that's my focus.
How you define a man, a person? Does it have a higher self and lower self? How you define human?
That's very difficult. I'm not sure if I know. I probably have no idea because I'm dealing only with dead people, I guess. So no, I think it's difficult. Actually, I don't know. What I know is we have our soul, and we have subconsciousness. So you know, this the feeling out of the belly. And we have our higher consciousness, like higher self. And I think everything is connected together. And I also think that everything goes into spirit world when we pass. So all these emotions, everything stays. So
I have been always curious about this talking to dead people. And when you are a medium and you probably hear them as you thought. You're international medium, and you're going from different countries. Is there any language problems?
Well, I don't speak Finnish, so I would have had a lot of troubles this weekend because we're meeting here after this Congress. No, it's an international language, so it's usually, you know, for example, I don't get Finnish names because I'm not familiar with Finnish names. So, but I don't need Finnish names. It would be nice if I could. But emotions are universal, and also images are universal. So it's a mixture of images, maybe also symbols, and emotions, feelings, and maybe some sounds, noises you get, and you can imagine it's like a big puzzle, and it's always a similar puzzle I get. It doesn't matter in which country I am. So I did it in Mauritius. So in the USA, well, I speak English, that's okay, but actually I could do it wherever I am because I need a translator for language here. But not really. I only translate it, but it's an universal language you learn.
So basically, it's like a telepathic. It's transferring emotions.
Yes, it's transferring emotion. Yes, exactly.
This is how communicate happens.
Yes, I think it's the closest or the easiest to explain. Yes.
Vera, this sounds very nice and interesting. What is your future wishes? Where you will put your energy when you will leave this place and go? What is next? What do you want to do?
So you said, the next one, what I want to do.
Yeah, where you want to put your energy? What is your next goals?
Know
what I mean?
In this life.
Yes.
Wow, I don't know. I try to survive. So.
Have you had some visions, which is about your future and where it leads?
Yes, I constantly have some visions, but it's I would like to reach as many people as I can, and I also like to reach people who don't already believe. So if somebody doesn't believe, then it's okay. I would never ever force somebody, but it's such a gift, the opportunity to feel this bond between the worlds and to have the confirmation that life goes on, so nothing gets lost. You know, the love, the memories, the whole job we did here, nothing gets lost. So that's something that helped me a lot, this knowledge. And it would be nice that more people would have this opportunity to be part of it. but I know that not everybody wants to develop. But everyone has to, know for himself. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So no, but in the future, well, usually I don't have the time to think about it. I just work a lot, and I hope it continues. You know, I like to do my job. I love to travel, so maybe I come back to Finland.
Well, that would be very nice. And,
so that's my future thoughts are traveling and traveling the world and to work with people. I love to connect with people who are interested in spiritual work. So that's my main goal, staying in contact and building up new relationships.
What kind of advices you would give to our audience if they are young and they just have had those feelings that they have felt something what is not from this world, or have sensed probably some spirits? Or do you have any advice how to deal with those?
First is don't drive crazy.
That's good.
And keep it simple. And try to get the control over what you get. And usually, I know it's very difficult to develop if you don't have anybody to talk about. You know, you need to share this kind of experience with somebody who already is experienced. That was the only one that really helped me finding people who know what they do, who know what's happening to me. Because you can read books, that helps. But if you want to go further, you need to find somebody that already can do these things and that is able to show you how it works and especially to give you control, because that really made me feel like well and comfortable with this job, realizing that I can control it. It's not something that's controlling me. And for everybody who likes to do it, never forget it's all in your mind. So most experience you have, okay, if you have physical phenomena, then it's something else, but also there you can find some help. But if you have these visions, then it's something in your mind, and you can control your mind. So that's something, that knowledge, that knowing helped me a lot.
Well, thank you, Sue. This was my pleasure. I hope that you will enjoy your Finnish trip and you will come again someday.
So thank you very much for the interview. It was a pleasure. Thank you.
Say it's true. They got a message from the action man. I'm happy, hope you're happy too. I've loved all of needed love, saw the details fall away. The shrieking when nothing is given, just pictures of chap girls and synthesis. And I ain't got no money and I ain't got no head. But I'm hoping to kick because blinded is glowing. Ashes to ash and fun to bucket. We know Major Tom's a junkie, strung out in heaven's high, hitting an all-time low. Time and again I tell myself I'll stay clean tonight, but the little green wheels are following me. Oh no, not again. I'm stuck with a valuable friend. I'm happy, hope you're happy too. One flash of light, but no smoking pistol. I've never